Yes, we're going to kick the ball on the ground.
Oh, rough start.
Wow.
Have you got there? You feared up?
Para, fucking rough, para. Just got off a bus 2 years ago, mate. Don't know what sick bastards organised this, but
You and Kyogo in the after party?
Me and Kyogo down Blackpool, mate.
How was Blackpool,
Big
mate?
Dipper. Oh, a few Big Dippers down there, mate.
Was there Big
One sitting
Dippers?
next to you as well. No, it was good, mate. Right,
How did the boys go on?
Fucking hopeless,
Were
man. It was the first time playing nine aside, and the English teams had been playing it for a while. No, mate, excuses for them, but nah.
Battered embarrassing.
No, they won a few games, mate, but I think
Good.
they finished 4th or something like that.
Massive shout out to the boys. The Vicks that went down there. Brilliant. Amazing.
I saw one of
They
the
finished
boys.
5th. They finished 5th. But really good.
You were 4th.
Were you
So
serious?
you
4th,
never
like?
shout at
What was that, a tournament or something?
tournament, mate,
I see one of your boys was there for Finart, was it?
Aye, a few of the boys. We make kids much better to go back to their clubs. So a team came 5th, sorry.
Have they thanked you for it?
I say massive thanks. But listen, amazing, innit, for all the kids going down there, all the teams cleaning up their time, and you as well, Simon, doing amazing.
I never done it.
Did you know the hang up? You know, watching that other team play? Remember? The boy asked you to watch a team.
Oh, no, fuck that. I got kiboshed as well, mate.
Big man at Stadium of Light.
3 days, what?
Big man was at Stadium of Light.
Done well done that. Done really well done that.
I know, 2 relegations and promotion.
That's not bad, innit? You take that promotion.
Promotion to Prem.
How were they?
Some of them were good. Watford would get fit most up. It was horrific.
Was it bad, mate?
Really bad. Ryan Porteous, to be fair, scored. Didn't have a lot to do, but I think he was playing a competition. How far and how high could he kick the ball at the park?
Because he can play or not? He can
But
play.
you're going with your man.
He's being told to play that way.
Aye, rubbish.
They had a couple of boys up front for Watford. One was like a young Emil Heskey, and the other one was like a young Daly Adabola. So that tells you everything about the types of player.
Very specific with your types, yeah.
Aye.
What type is he?
Aye. Big, physical.
Aye,
just
but
get
so
up
is
and wrong as
Heskey.
fuck. That's what I mean. The two of them are exactly the same, just young versions.
Better just saying one of them, no?
No, there were two
Why
of
don't
them.
you say 2 young and Will
One's
Heskey?
left-footed and one's right-footed. One was left-footed, one was right-footed.
Wilder was favourite for the Aberdeen job, but by option just got it announced.
So he did.
Wilder had good...
What's that been announced?
I liked his
He was
dress
looking
sense
well
on
in
the
his
top.
pictures, Barry Robson, when he got announced. Cracking looking boy.
Oh, I need to see it. I need to see it.
No, yeah, it's good looking. I'm going to say that. How was your weekend? You were off?
Robin
That
Hood
was
is what it
alright.
looks like that.
No, aye. Never done it.
Did you not at all?
No. Wait to see it, actually. Wait to see the Air Jordan movie on Saturday.
Oh, is that good?
Decent
Decent,
review.
mate, aye.
Boring.
Guess how much Jordans make Nike a year?
2 billion.
4.
Wild things close to that, innit? That's what you base your
debt.
product on, innit?
Minus that,
The
innit?
Nike.
Need a lift for that. And
Who's
he's-
better, Matt Damon or
Oh, who?
what's that other boy's name that done Good Will Hunting one? Ben Affleck.
Robin Williams.
In that movie?
Robin Williams.
Ben Affleck, probably. Ben Affleck's
Aye,
good,
yeah.
isn't it? Aye, plays a
He's
good
going out
role.
with J-Lo as well,
Good
isn't he?
storyline.
Doing alright, the boy, isn't
She's the goat. There you go.
Think so?
Aye.
he? Who, J-Lo, Giant?
Aye,
She's
she
your
could, be the,
favourite?
she could be the goat.
No.
Nah, my favourite's...
Couple of things in black,
Kate,
though.
Kate,
Yeah.
Kate
Were they?
Beckinsale.
Who's your
Kate
favourite?
Kate
Yum Yum, innit?
Beckinsale.
Yum Yum, your favourite?
Nah, Kate
What
Beckinsale.
about you, weekend? Never mind us.
I need a help with my whole thing. I don't want to let it go down the pan and it's inches away from hitting the pan. Give me help. What can we do?
Wild thing goes wild.
I bet that's
What
easy to say, innit?
about friend of the show, Big Capaldi? Did he not get a wee can on his...
I don't think he's a friend of the Shawnee Mirtha, is he?
Does he not?
Nah,
I
nah,
usually
watch
slaughter-
his
he used to-
video,
he used to
innit?
slaughter them that
Watch
much.
his
He's
video
not speaking to us.
What do you think, Si? What do you, any
I
ideas,
think you're
mate?
fucked, mate, if I'm being honest.
Do you think he's done?
I think
Aye.
it's completely
It's
fucked.
been a good run, but
Done well with it, though.
I
Do you not
enjoyed
like good
it.
bash?
I enjoyed it.
It's fucking beautiful, no? And
think it is.
the electrolytes in it, it's incredible. But
why don't you sponsor MK Dons?
so if there's any businessmen who are out there want to get involved in an upcoming exciting business and wild things there for you to take care. No, take care to being part
Can
of
I
it.
ask Paul, who's your celebrity crush all time?
Lauren Kelly, you've said before now.
Aye, but Vorders has got it for me at the moment.
Oh, Vorderman's a
she drives
cracker,
me
isn't she?
insane, her.
Aye.
Insane. Does she? Really bad.
She's ultimate milfer.
That's smelling that to me. She's a pilot, not she?
Aye, she's clever, mate. She's clever.
I like her a lot.
Doodle-a-doom.
What, who's yours, Kev?
Kate Beckinsale.
Kate Beckinsale?
Aye.
Stinking.
Who's yours?
Eva Mendes.
That's
You know, listening to what we're saying
No,
there?
but it's something else. That's
I love Billie Piper. You know Billie Piper?
Is that she was in a
Oh.
band or something?
She was a singer and then she's an actress now. She's in Secret Diaries of a Call Girl.
It's amazing.
Oh.
Some of the clips on the name.
I used to like Halle Berry. I liked
She's
Halle Berry.
nice, mate.
Swordfish.
James
Oh,
Bond. She's in
She
James
was
Bond with the blue
tremendous.
bikini on, isn't she?
aye.
That's right. What about your dad? What did he do?
The pink bikini he had on.
Did you watch the game, man?
No, he was. No, this is a weird one. Him and Musk were at the game. No, I didn't supply the tickets, but my ma said it was a ex-Celtic player that got most of the tickets.
No, so she's getting
But I don't know who that could be. I'm trying to work out. Boyd.
Tom Boyd.
No, I don't know who it is, so I'll try work out. But they two were at the game. Me and my watched it in the house. Unbelievable, wasn't it?
You know what a day Grosvenor Sport now?
Aye. Double the odds for new signings week. Your first £10 bet. Sign up at gsport.com/open goal. Onto the game side. 1-0 Celtic. An incredible, another victory. Dominating at the moment. On the game itself, Si, I'm going to start with you.
No, you go, you tell us.
No,
Because this is amazing. He texted me yesterday and his thoughts on the game. It was incredible. He says, wait till I drop this on the podcast tomorrow. It'll blow
I
up.
didn't say that.
You also did say you were going to do something in front of me and Kev, so we're also waiting for that.
you go, take it away, Paul.
You were going to come for Celtic, so
Oh,
let's
my
come
arse cheeks. Right, Kev, I'm going to come to you, right? So 1-0 Celtic. What did you make of the game as a whole?
I thought that Celtic were certainly not at their best, free-flowing football the way they normally are. And I think that's down to Rangers and the way they set up and try to press a bit higher up the park. It didn't allow Celtic the space and time to dictate the game. And Celtic's never going to go long into Kyogo because that's the way Ange plays. So for me, but although Rangers pressed, lacking quality in the final third, I think if a lot of people are having criticism of Morelos, he didn't have any real opportunities. Nobody's really set him up with any great opportunities. So for me, could he have done more? Ryan Kent, half time. I'm surprised he got to half time. I'd have took him off after about 20 minutes.
He was shocking, by the way.
He was embarrassing.
You said he was brilliant.
Mark Tiltman, I think he seals the deal with a $5 million fee. I think nobody pays that. And just you send him back to where he come from because
just based on one, or just because
based on
all the Celtic
big
games.
games. For me, against Celtic, he doesn't turn up. So you can't sign somebody for £5 million to play against Aberdeen.
But what is Tavernier doing for the goal, mate?
I
Why is he even pointing at the guy that Goldson's standing a yard for?
Listen, I get that. There's too many switched off at all points.
But Kev, you know that when that ball's on that side of the pitch, Celtic's opposite winger is coming into the goal.
What about the 4 guys running the ball?
No, I get that as well. What the fuck was that?
Tavernier, it's a domino effect, wasn't it? But that's one of the worst goals I've ever seen conceded in such a big game.
Yeah. What do you think in that?
Dies in my head is the 5th closest player at the ball and the 4 closest are
He does great though,
He does do well.
And even the cross he does great, but I've never seen anything like that.
What do you think it is, a free kick? They think it is a free kick?
It's a free kick.
No, I think they think Celtic's getting a free kick.
That's what I mean.
And then they just stop, but my God, you're taught when you're 5-year-old to play a whistle, so there's still no excuse for that. That's not an excuse for anything, but I agree with Kev. I thought the game, I actually didn't think the quality was great in general.
No.
I thought there's an argument that Rangers could have edged it, but again, not really be creating much, let's be honest, except for the Sakala chance, which
got to score it.
I mean, J-Lo's scoring that all day. Jennifer Lopez has scored that.
But that's like saying he missed a sitter like that in the last Old Firm game. Something
not as bad as that.
It was similar, but it was the final. The final.
But not as bad as that. That was worse. But to be fair, I still couldn't go away from it and say Rangers deserve to win, because I still don't think they've done enough.
No, dangerous Rangers, didn't they?
But I think even the last 15-20 minutes when you're hoping for that kind of that last bit of push, when Celtic got the ball and were comfortable with it, they looked like they were going to score. Do you know what I mean? They could cut Rangers open. A couple of Hasbanovic doing one side and whatever. Moy was doing well when he came on keeping the ball, but like you say, Andy, they never created anything. I know Carter Vickers has got man of the match and they say Starfelt played well, but a couple of blocks and crosses, but nothing really. The last ditch one.
Carter Vickers was incredible.
Carter Vickers is. I can't figure it is how that boy didn't get an opportunity.
Spurs are fucking dug me.
Can I ask you something, right? This could be a massive shout. I think Carter Vickers at Celtic's been better than what Van Dijk was at Celtic.
Wow.
Wrong or
Van Dijk was poor in Europe on a number of occasions, wasn't he? But I don't know. Nah, I wouldn't.
I just look at. I
think on the ball Van Dijk gave you more, mate.
But I look at the two. When Van Dijk played how many seasons at Celtic? 2, 3. 2. Rangers weren't in the league, any of them, were they?
No. I thought you played with him. You didn't know how long he was there.
I did.
Strange.
No,
whereas I look at Carter Vickers and I honestly think he's been man of the match in the last 4 or 5 Old Firm games.
Yep.
Yeah.
So big games in Europe, and I know Celtic, they've probably not done what they should be doing in Europe in terms of obviously what they're doing domestically, but in Europe I thought he played well as well. Every game I watched in Europe I thought he was very good. And I'm not saying for a minute that Carter Vickers is a better player than Van Dijk. I'm not saying that, but for what Van Dijk done at Celtic, I don't think there's much between what Carter Vickers has done at Celtic.
He was spanking 30-yard free kicks and that, so Van Dijk,
remember he ran by the whole Johnson
Mate, Managerial done that. But Managerial is no as good as Van Dijk. You know what I mean?
But Rangers, some positive for Rangers. Obviously, Cantwell coming in January, didn't he get the first Old Firm game that he and then he played the last one, he played this one, and I thought he was quite lively without really creating too much in terms of he kept the ball well, kept good possession. Cantwell
I thought
worked
he was
hard,
great, Cantwell, I did.
but didn't he
Thought he was great.
like create too many clear-cut opportunities for other people? But I don't know what you're saying about Tav. Tav obviously the defending was bad, but I thought he had quite a decent game.
So did I.
I genuinely thought
I agree as well.
he gets a bit
goal, but
he gets a bit of criticism. I think sometimes quite a lot for Rangers fans, and his defending will always be questioned. But he nearly dragged his team out with his reverse shot that hit the post, and obviously Sakala's got to.
See why I agree with you, Kev, is like I always look who's trying to make an impact, who's driving the team forward, who's trying to get their team back in the game, and I thought Tav was the one to me that looked as if I'm going to try and drive the team up the pitch. And I don't think it was with amazing quality all the time. And defensively, obviously, he's at fault for the goal as well. But I looked at him as he's trying to make an impact. He's trying to do something. Whereas you're talking about pass marks and again, Celtic probably never had many that were at the top of their game. But I don't think you can really look at many Rangers players and thought, I gave them pass marks today.
Who's the big centre half you loved at Celtic? You thought it was better than
Storovic?
No, Compa.
Compa was brilliant. Actually, he's my role
He done
model
well
in
for
life.
Celtic and
He is my role model. The fact that what he's done at Celtic,
But do you
he's
not
still
think
got the
that,
medals.
again, I'm not saying that Carter Vickers is better than Van Dijk.
Well,
But do you not think that's a valid debate? That
ex-Rangers says Van Dijk, but can't wait for it.
Do you not think that's valid that Carter Vickers has done every bit as good as Van
You
Dijk?
gave a Marvin Compa performance at Broomhill this year, so fair play to you, mate.
I think I played more than him, didn't I?
It's a good,
Can I
it's a
ask a
good
great
comparison.
question?
Go for it.
There's a lot of obviously praise Celtic go defensively. Do you think since Andrew's come in he's changed or worked on that defensively at all? Because yesterday was very, very impressive, the work they were defensively, as I've just said. But remember at the start in Europe and that, they were very open at times. And people say this style of football, can you keep doing that? Do you think he's changed at all, Ange?
I thought the final as well, I thought they were quite direct, Celtic.
Aye, they didn't just play it all the time.
And by the way, see when they beat us at Tynecastle the last time, they were direct that game as well. But no direct isn't we're just smashing the ball up the pitch all the time. It was passes in behind, obviously clearly worked on that people are playing in the last line, running in behind, playing it in behind. So I wouldn't say I think they're adaptable, aren't they? Their style's always kind of the same, but they still adapt.
But at times, I mean, certainly when Ange first came in, I remember in Europe and they were so open. Celtic were conceding so many goals, but yesterday they weren't, they know.
But is that because they're not playing against the quality they are in Europe?
Aye, that's another thing. The
but they
quality.
were getting caught up very high up the pitch side. Whereas yesterday they did get.
I'll be interested to see when they go to Europe next year if they do keep getting caught out or they will change a wee
I think
bit.
yesterday could, like, you look at Hattati.
Good question, that wasn't it?
Great question.
Hattati coming back in, obviously no train for a couple of weeks.
He looked off it, didn't he?
He looked off it, and I think that's why maybe Rangers had that an edge over, because you didn't see a lot of Callum McGregor doing too much.
Yeah.
Keeping things simple, worked extremely hard, getting the interceptions and stuff, tracking back, cutting things out. But maybe Hattati, it was just too soon for him, because normally, think of the last Old Firm, he's picking balls up in pockets in between the lines and stuff and creating stuff. But yesterday, I thought Alistair Johnson, until he went off, I thought he was brilliant.
He's a
very good defender, isn't he?
He's a very good defender, by the way.
He's one as well, you think, the attacking side of his game will improve under Ange as well. You like Greg Taylor when he first came in.
Aye.
Greg Taylor was always a really good defender, solid, good 1v1, but even him attacking over the last sort of 18 months or so has got miles better under. I
think they'll be better in Europe with him at right back than Juranovic, because I don't think Juranovic was great defending 1v1, where I think Johnson's much better at it.
I think Juranovic, where he was better, was sort of coming into that
inside the game
and playing. He was more comfortable doing that, but as you said, as time goes on, he will get better.
I think yesterday a tough one for Rangers would be the fact that the only kind of recognised striker they had was Morelos. So in terms of bringing him off, who were you putting on? You're putting on.
Still couldn't believe he brought him off at 8 minutes to go. You try to get a goal.
He should have been off.
But people were slaughtering that, saying he should have been off.
Have you got to take him off early, but with 10 minutes to go?
I don't know who you'd have brought on though.
I know, but that's the thing. You're going to have a makeshift centre forward.
Where's
you're going to put
Kovac?
Hadji injured.
Is he?
Aye.
He's not played. How could he be injured? When the fuck did he
get
get
injured in training, by the way.
Who's putting him in training? What was that? I was going to ask you something there. Is it, Willie Collum pulled it in the armour. Your dad was seen leaving his.
John
changing him in the bag. The zip open.
Yeah.
Wee Willie's head was
No, not in the bag in his jeans.
John Beaton managed to become the 4th official. John Beaton, he
got pulled at the crowd, didn't he?
He was at the crowd in the crowd. Don't know what crowd he was at. Aye.
Oh no,
See, who else was that? Brendan Rodgers.
Was he?
Him and James McCarthy sitting together, talking about
Just keep
training,
talking.
cutlet training session.
Was he
He's
there?
going to take him for a cutlet training session, 1v1s, because he's at a Joe Bennett. 1-to-1s with Brendan Rodgers.
Was
him and
Rodgers-
McCarthy.
was he there?
He was there.
Who thinks better, Rodgers' Celtic team or Angie's Celtic team?
Ange, I prefer.
Do you think Angie's team would beat Rodgers' team?
Seen the thing with Martin, Lenny talked about
Martin
Martin
O'Neill,
O'Neill's team. I think Martin O'Neill's team beats Ange's
Aye.
team, I agree.
Aye, individuals are better than
They were monsters, weren't they?
They were some team there. Sutton, Hearts and
What team you seen the Brendan Rodgers one?
I'd
Ange
say
beats them.
Angie's one.
So do I. They're dynamic.
Yep.
Aye.
What, you got to send in there?
Angie's team, but part of the left back. Tierney was the best left back. But he would go into Angie's team, wouldn't he?
What about Prime Forest now?
It's
Rodgers
left
team or
Forest,
not?
it.
My
And it's just, I think Tierney's he's made in Forest because he went straight and never.
No, but Forrest plays with both, didn't he? So he'd be playing either. He'd play half and half.
See who else that team would get in it? If you're thinking about it, Van Dijk would. That was
No, he
not
wasn't.
that. No, that was an
Rodgers,
Rodgers
no.
team.
I think Angie's.
Scott Sinclair.
He wouldn't get in.
Dembele.
He wouldn't get in.
At that time he was
had a
flying,
Jo-
wasn't
He had
Aye.
a Jota. He wouldn't
Scored
get in
like-
the Jota. I don't think.
No, scored nearly
Patrick
50
Roberts.
goals,
What did he play in?
What about Dembele or Kyogo?
Who did
Bellamy
Patrick Roberts
sensational
under?
with Celtic though.
Slaney, who was Patrick Roberts under?
Rodgers.
Rodgers, aye.
He was good for Celtic.
Alright, mate, he plays with Sunderland.
Okay, relax.
I'm just saying he was good for Celtic.
Better than Jota, nah.
I like Jota.
It's a
See
great.
that goal yesterday? You're talking about why is Tav not reacting? Like, you can blame him for it because Jota's reacted. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He saw the danger. No, saw the danger, saw the opportunity. Whereas Tav hasn't. Instead of anticipating, he's reacting. Time reactive too slow. He got to anticipate.
Proactive instead of reactive, big man.
That's it. Exactly, Andy.
In tribute to the 3 trophies, you and your dad going to have 3 with someday.
Spot on.
Tom Boyd. Who's it going to be?
Spot on. Try to think of a filter we had it with.
That's a great tribute, mate.
It's a great trip. We'll always keep that going, you know.
Is that every treble Celtic when you say?
Every treble with my man's got about my boys. Yeah.
Do you know what's mad as well? I think Michael Beale's under pressure with Rangers fans, mate. See on Twitter that I seen this morning.
Dude, so where do
Can
you,
he be?
where
That's
do
what I'm
you,
saying, mate.
where do you stand with this? Is
I
it?
had that argument. We had the argument on the Cooper show, didn't we?
But is it see when you're, I mean, this is just me being a host here.
Nice way to start, mate.
Is it, he's put me off with that comment. Can Michael Beale, can he make,
Can we have a threesome?
can Michael Beale have a threesome?
Sick,
With Ian Beale? Michael Ian Beale.
Oh, Michael Beale, Ian
No.
Beale,
Can,
and Kathy Beale.
can he make that as a, can he make that as an excuse coming in midway through the season?
I
He's
think
not
so.
have. But if you're the Rangers man, do you need to find a way to win?
I think when Ange come in,
Look,
right?
he's got. Celtic are a better team. They've got better players.
I know, but let's think
Tried
about.
everything, I think, mate. He's tried every
Let's think
tactic. He's
about-
sat in against them. He's got his tactics right again.
But Rangers
But you
better
can't
than...
kick the ball in the net, mate.
See when Celtic won the cup, the first cup of the season with Ange last season, were Rangers a better team than Celtic when Ange first came in?
I can't remember that game.
There's
Mate.
a lot of,
So you're saying
there's a lot of skinny there.
you're saying
So I
about
didn't really know.
Ange came into Celtic and got the transfer window, bought a few players. Similar to Beale, come in, had a transfer window. He only bought a couple. So you can say that.
But he was still behind Kev before he went to his second window. He was behind Rangers.
I know that's what I mean. So Ange just came in and got a jolt at Celtic, ended up winning a league. And Beale's come in and he's kind of get close to Celtic at all. Like he's had a draw. And
I don't.
three-
You
two or three
can't. They
defeats.
can't hold the league against Michael Beale.
No, I know you can't. But when Ange came in, how many points was he behind Rangers when they were
And when he went to January, it was 6, wasn't it? 7.
6 or 7.
right? So we're talking 9 when Beale come in. What's 2 points? If we're going to have a big argument about it, it's like no, we're going to have a big argument, but a debate about it.
Rangers.
It's the old Firm games, isn't it? I think you need to discuss
Listen,
them.
Slaney, I would
But again, as
imagine
a
that.
manager, you should know, like, if a team's better than you, like, there's only so much you can do.
No, and the thing is, there's not much you can do because what I think Michael, he's under pressure.
I
But
don't
his
think you should
pressure,
do.
he's
Shouldn't
under
be under
pressure in
pressure,
terms of he'll see the end of the season. He's under pressure to make sure that he has this clear out, brings in the right players, and then see that first 10 games of next season. That's where the pressure will be.
See when you're a manager, see if you're and again, I'm first to say it, they never won any of the 4 games, so it doesn't matter how you play. But how can you legislate for individual errors? Like
Yeah, I agree, mate.
for you playing all right and no great but decent at
Aye.
Celtic Park, competing for however long it was, but then just gifting goals. That's not really. It's not to do with a manager's setup or tactics or whatever, is it? And then
You've maybe not even seen how he really wants to play because he's not got, maybe he doesn't think he's got the players to do it.
Talk about a summer rebuild as well, can you trust them, mate? The two boys that they brought in January, you've got to say
have done really well.
Two successes out of...
But they've got to trust him right now, don't they? Because they need that many players in, they need to trust him and give him that money to go and get players in.
If they're, at this time, the end of next season, if they're getting beat again, then it's time to... Yeah,
he's
do you know what I mean? 100%. We know that with his own squad and he's had more time.
Listen, that's it. He'll be judged on who he brings in, how they get off to, what start they have to the season next season, and that first Old Firm game next year, that'll be the big one.
What? So, see if you're looking at a Rangers team, maybe good asking you because you know him. How many do you see them being starters for Michael Beale next year? What, Goldson, Tavernier?
Goldson, Tavernier, Raskin, Cantwell.
A lot of them are probably going to be away, aren't they?
I would get rid of them.
McGregor's out of contract, Kent's out of contract, Morelos out of contract. I'd imagine they're going to try and sign players in all their positions. So, but I do think I can't see Goldson, Tav, Raskin, Cantwell, the ones you mentioned there. I think they're certainties, aren't they? Yeah. I think the rest. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did the journalist not say something like run about 12 in, 12 out, and he says it'll be about that number yesterday? So it's a big rebuild, isn't it?
He did say it's going to be the biggest rebuild in years to come.
Carter Vickers better than Van Dijk, eh? Can't wait for the headline, man.
I never said that.
I'm surprised he said that.
I tell you what, it'll definitely be the headline though, won't it? Definitely be the headline.
Oh, mate, I'll be sitting waiting for it.
Mate, how good is he though? Genuinely, how good is Carter Vickers?
He's very good, mate. He is very... Again, Eric Dyer plays centre half for Spurs.
That's mad. Everything out the box yesterday. I don't know how many exactly the worst corners Rangers had, but it felt like Rangers had quite a few corners. He headed every one away. And see that one when he went down. Obviously, he's trying to buy a free kick, whatever it was. He blocked the shot, cleared it off the line, went down, obviously tried to get a free kick, got up, 10 seconds later, cleared it off. He never got in the box. I was like...
And his knee's fucked. Playing with his knees.
Another thing, fair play to him, because he's obviously tried to...
And he needs to stop sitting on his knees, doesn't he?
He's no 6'4" or 6'5". He looks about 6 foot.
No,
mate,
he's not. I'm telling you, he's 5'8", max.
Even Starfield's not the biggest.
He's not 5'8", but he's about
5'6".
He's about 5'11" or something. He's not big. He's not big at all.
But no, I think he's a very good defender. He's one of them defenders. He's fucking strong as hell. You don't want to play against him.
There's a few on here that wrote Starfield off as well for a long time.
I did.
Hey.
I'm quite happy to put my hand up.
Poor that for you. Very poor.
He was good. He's good as well, mate.
Defensively, he's great, aggressive, really good defender.
I'm interested to see is it Yoki? What's his name? Sorry, Kobayashi coming on the left side. I thought he done really well at Kelly.
Aye, excellent.
That'd be another. But do you think they're going to get another centre back now?
No, I think centre half star Celtic.
Is Stephen Welsh still at Celtic?
Nah, but I think he's always wanting him out on these.
Is he still at Celtic? Did they not turn down like a? Did they not turn down a bid for Welsh?
Udinese, not wasn't it?
Monza, I think.
Monza. What about Celtic? What areas do you think he'll go for in the summer?
I think he's done quite well, but I think they'll go for a goalie.
Goalie and another striker, possibly.
How old's Jota? It must be
5'6".
5'1".
So what age?
No, you don't get a striker because the boy is going to be. He's the next after Kyogo. Never been a striker. He's getting on Joe Hart, definitely.
I think another striker would be a...
I don't think so, Kev, because the boy will.
I know, but if you've got Owen, Kyogo, once if Kyogo get injured, you're going to stick with Owen and play that big guy up front?
No, he ended on the bench. I think you'll get a striker.
I think I'll get a striker.
I think you will.
Aye, good one, Slenny.
It's hard to look at though that Celtic team and think where else is he going to strengthen because they are very strong majority of the team, isn't they?
I mean, the good position that Celtic are in is I think they've got assets, so I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of their transfer business is down to teams coming in for their players.
And cashing in and then getting somebody else.
I think you'll get another centre midfielder.
O'Reilly, mate. You've got about 14.
I don't think Turnbull, O'Reilly and Moy run the way he wants his midfielders to run, mate.
Mate, either Moy or Turnbull play every game.
Moy or O'Reilly.
Aye, sorry, aye.
I think you might see guys that maybe like Haksabanovic maybe moving on.
Do you think so, mate? Not done enough, like.
I like him, but
he is very much in and out, isn't he? He doesn't really get.
If I were him, like, what you thinking? It's great being at a successful club and stuff, but what's that doing for your career when you're coming on maybe 20 games a season as a sub?
What about Abada?
You could sign Neymar, mate, and Andrew'd still pay Maida over him, wouldn't he?
That's just reliable. It's the work rate, that boy.
You'd hate to play against him, wouldn't you?
Oh my God.
That does not stop the guy.
See, as much as we're talking about, I mean, Rangers, how poor it is defensive if they go, his reaction to go and get the ball back and put it in the box, man.
But even that goal last week, I keep watching over and over and over. Even when he goes and gets the ball.
You just sit and keep watching that, don't you?
Even when he goes and gets the ball, and turns, and Barisic allows him to get...
No, not even tight. Or
No,
stop
even
the cross.
Like, you don't need to get that tight, just stop the cross.
Why do you think that is? Because he's an international football player, Barisic. Why does that happen so many times?
It's possibly one of the worst defended goals I think I've ever seen in an Old Firm.
Because your information to your two fullbacks are stop crosses, and if the cross does come
Defend
in,
the
make
back
sure
post.
you've got your fucking winger.
Defend the back post, because Celtic have scored so many goals against Rangers with a cross to the
How
back post.
frustrating must
Or
that be as a
cut back to the
manager and a
back
coach, mate?
Have you been impressed with Michael Beale since he's came in? Do you think
I think
Rangers fans have been impressed with the signs they've seen of him?
I don't know the exact number, but they obviously went unbeaten for quite a long period of time.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, in the last recent times, it was League Cup final against Celtic, Aberdeen, and now Celtic in the semi. So you're going to be under pressure because of the nature of Rangers and Celtic. You're expected to win every game, but you can't. For me, I think they've improved slightly. I think they've progressed slightly since the sort of last couple of months that Gio had, especially domestically. But listen, it's never going to be acceptable if Celtic are going to win the trebles and Rangers have the
I
one
think he's
trophy.
got a very difficult job, first and foremost, trying to close the gap with Celtic. But when that's not going to happen, and then you've got players that are out of contract, and you're trying to trust them to give you a performance, that's difficult as a manager.
He's had a couple of
Do you know what I
hard
mean?
situations where
He's
Ken
got Morelos yesterday,
yeah.
he's got Ryan Kent
He's got
yesterday,
no one else to play ahead of.
and Malik Tillman, who hasn't obviously performed yet in a big game against the Old Firm, against Celtic. Then you've got like, Kent and Morelos. He's trying to think that they're going to turn up for him yesterday, and they haven't. So he's basically 2.5 men doing yesterday, I would say.
Your two front players,
Well, Kieran Dowell, I don't know if I'm right in saying this, I'm sure there's a transfer. Kieran Dowell might be going to Rangers.
You know much about him?
I didn't know he scored a hat-trick into Alan McGregor in the Championship.
Wigan Hull,
Aye.
Did he?
Aye.
So what is he, a winger?
No, I think he's...
like a 10 or something.
Aye, almost like a
left
10.
back.
Where's he come
Hat-trick
from?
for left back.
Norwich.
He's...
No, I did see that.
Do you think that's a good market for them to look at? Obviously, Beale known being
I
in
think
there
they'll-
with
I think
QPR.
they'll batter
Is
that,
that,
aye.
are they good enough to come up here and
What, championship?
Championship
Aye,
players?
definitely.
Campbell's
Right.
obviously came up and done well. Matt, the only thing I'd say is Rangers have got a bad record of signing players that have got injury issues.
Is this boy the same?
He's hardly played this season. He's injured for
has
the
he?
majority of the season. I think there's been a number of players that Rangers have had, like signed where their injury record's no great. Oh, we'll sign him, we'll get him fit, and then obviously breaking down. But he seems as if he's a good player. Played for England under 20s, under 21s, and it's hard to say, innit? I don't really watch much of the Championship, to be honest.
neither do
English
I,
Championship,
I
so I
used to
don't
really
actually
like
know
it,
too
but-
much about him. But listen, you've got to trust that he knows enough that he sees something in him, because, like I said, Campbell's came from Norwich, and so far he's looked that a good signing. So
See, if you were really going to be the host, you should have maybe text Kenny McLean and get a wee bit of information.
I
on it.
did the last time with Kenny McLean. Can you go back to that same person again for me?
aye,
Let's do it then.
Was the information right the last time based on what you've seen with Cantwell?
Aye, I'm a bit shy, I tell you, I'm a big fan of Cantwell. I
Aye,
thought,
mate.
here's one for you. I think he was on level par with Carter Vickers yesterday for player of the match.
no chance.
Ex-Celtic kid says, "Talk, I cannot wait for it."
No
He's sure
chance.
having a fucking shock.
I thought Campbell done well for the similar way I'm
No,
talking
Rangers
about Tav.
definitely, I'm saying.
It was like,
So-
I thought he worked really
Rangers-
hard, trying to drive a team, try to like make something happen. But
I love that one he kept doing. 1-0 down.
See, when I played with somebody that done that, mate, stop that fucking right now.
That's a
Do
first
you want the
show.
crowd to fucking sing and
Do
dance?
something
Do
magic.
something.
Do something good.
Oh.
100%.
I know, and then he
Alright.
fucking...
that's you in the sideline of Brumell all season.
To the
then.
fans.
He was doing it after the game,
guy
wasn't he,
behind us.
Campbell?
Come on, you fucking lot.
25
What's
of
that,
them.
like dummy, wasn't he? He was doing it after the game, Campbell, wasn't
And
he?
then he did it with the water bottle thing with a tatty, making an accident.
What was that one?
When somebody with Tillman went down injured, he had
I tell you, get the water.
he had the water bag for a tatty, because water tatty is what I brought the water.
That wasn't a kit bag. That was his dad's bag.
Oh, was it?
He thought he was drunk for fast, mate, on the fat, wasn't he?
A couple of...
So you think Cantwell's as good as Carter Vickers?
No, hey,
Brilliant.
hey, no, not at all, Si. You're putting things into my mouth.
So
No,
Campbell,
the things I
so
like.
now Campbell's better than Van Dijk.
No, I thought, listen, certainly from a Rangers point of view, for me, he was one that continually showed to get on the ball. He was the one that looked at, and he did tire out. And the amount of running he done after the ball in the first half to stop Celtic was it. I thought him and Raskin were great. I did. I really
I
did.
thought
We're asking him to get
Raskin-
fitter, didn't he?
I thought Raskin was tidy on the ball, but he needs to get fitter.
He's got a body
struggled
like
to
mine,
get about the park. What
Aye,
about the boy Yilmaz coming on?
I mean, shot he's right fit. It was a cracking decision.
He looked
50
like
years.
he'd slept in or something.
I slept in a skip.
He just thought, oh,
Slept in his dad's
Danny,
bag.
come on.
Uh-huh.
He's no
You
dead.
could probably fit in your dad's bag. The young man, couldn't he?
He's something else that wee guy, isn't he, man? Fuck me when he
How
came
much
on.
should Rangers pay for him?
5 million.
mate.
That was well spent.
5
wasn't it?
million.
How's the boy you like, Ross Wilson or no?
5 million, you're needing a goal. He cuts in left foot.
Hey,
He's
give
right,
this man his
weak
3
foot,
match
and
while I
shoots from
like him.
25 yards.
Who? Ross Wilson? Definitely didn't he?
40
How
yards
many-
out, right foot.
You talk about height, how he must be about 5'5", 5'6".
5'2".
5
No,
He's no bigger
honestly, he
than
must be.
He's no bigger than my heels on.
Four
I'm telling you, he's 5'2".
Is that what Lynn is with heels on?
She's 5'3", and my heels on, she's 5'6". I don't know what she is.
I know, he wasn't the one to bring on, that's for sure.
We Lynn at left back for Rangers. Brilliant, man.
That's Carter Vickers done it. He's done for the season.
Is that worrying, nah?
Nah, I don't think so, Sire. A few people are
So
saying
this will
it's
show how good the Celtic
I'm not about what?
the Celtic
What
defence is
about
in
Ibrox?
full form
Cut
with
final.
Ibrox with Carter Vickers no playing.
Ibrox, that's right. But this will be a good test to see.
So
Yeah.
it's a bit a good test to see with your question earlier about Celtic working on the defensive side. Is somebody going to come in and of similar, no similar like defending styles, but similar part of the play with defence in terms of how they set up and stuff, and will
Well, what about this? Celtic's best performance of the season for me. Carter Vickers never played. Wait a Kelly. First half was
Kelly.
fucking incredible, mate.
Aye.
That guy's not the best performance of the season. He's peace.
Mate, it could have been 10-0.
No.
I know, but you're saying
They
Carter
beat
Vickers
Dundee
never
9-0
played.
now.
Carter Vickers'
that?
role
He
yesterday
never
was a
played that
different
game
role
either.
to the one against Kelly. Carter Vickers' role was a different one yesterday against Kelly. He'd fuck all to do against Kelly. He was just there in spirit, whereas yesterday he had to actually do something.
Who?
Carter Vickers.
I never played.
Aye, but what I'm saying is, aye, so fuck those. Oh, fucking hell, we're rubbish.
Right, what one next, Paul? Andy. For the
Me?
league at Tynecastle.
Celtic could
It's not a
lift
good
the
one
title.
for you.
It's going to be tough.
It
Is that
is
next
not a
Sunday?
good-
I'm gone.
This Sunday?
I'm gone.
Are you going?
I'm
Oh,
going.
watch this.
Hospitality.
Text him on, I got a ticket.
No, I've already got them sorted.
After the things you've been saying about Hearts,
I know, might not be
Strange.
welcome. Tell you what, somebody actually,
I think the
somebody
fans
pulled me
will.
up.
I think the fans will put a stop to that.
Aye.
Nah,
There'll
that's
be a
done.
petition outside
Somebody
That
put-
era's
somebody
over.
put
That
me up
era's
for
over now.
I'll sign that petition as well.
Hearts fans aren't happy with what I said. I don't
Me
know what I
wonder.
said.
You've been disgusting
What did I
towards
say?
him.
I can't remember what you said.
I never said anything too bad.
Disgusted towards him.
Listen, it's as long as Lockie keeps giving me a ticket, we'll be all right.
You'll be an honour.
Now Lockie will be it.
He'll be it soon enough. Andy, see, I want to ask you all this. See, have you ever played against a team that are about to win the league? It's a sort of joint
Good
follow-up
question,
question. Do teams want to... Are you dying to stop a team winning the league at your patch?
I think you're just desperate to win
She's
games
just
of football,
desperate to win,
aren't you?
aye.
Aye, that was good.
I think I've actually had that a few times.
Have you had that a few times?
I think so, aye.
Are they always at it? Like, are they better than when you've played them previously because there's a wee...
I'm trying to think at Blackpool, we played somebody and drew. I can't remember who it was, if it was Brighton or something. We drew with them to stop them win the league, and then the next week we played Wigan and they had to win to get playoffs and we beat them. But did Celtic not win the league against Rangers 2018 or 19? No.
He's not really, doesn't know. Any real Celtic fan would know that, but look,
You could
look
be
at
I
right.
think so, but
You
I
could
might
be
be
right,
wrong.
by the way. You could be right.
Doesn't know.
But regardless, it's like you said, it's just, you want to win every game, don't you? So that's your motivation is to get 3 points, never mind stopping anybody else. But
I think
it's going to be
fair,
harder. Obviously, look at our record this season.
So what is it if Celtic win and Rangers lose?
Somebody
No,
told me it's
just
just a
Celtic
draw.
win,
Just
no,
Celtic
no.
win,
Somebody told me
it's
it's just a
done.
point. It could
Is
be a
it?
point, aye.
need a point.
Not a Davy Rangers now.
I know.
Be a hard day for you, mate.
Will your man that be going, Andy, to the game?
Whole family's going.
Probably, aye.
Brilliant, that, innit?
Probably.
Mm-hmm. Here you go. Celtic win the league.
Coming up.
I've distanced myself a wee
I've
bit
got,
for
I've got, I've got a plus one.
Take myself
I've
away.
got a plus one. You can come with me.
Do you not Hearts end?
We're in the Hearts end.
Oh, the hospitality at Tynecastle is good.
It's really good.
They're nice people.
I've been wasted there a few times.
Have you been stealing?
Aye.
Wasted.
Wasted. What are you, a 13-year-old
Wasted.
American kid? Wasted, man.
Do you like the snakes?
No, they're shocking.
Drink so?
Jamie Murray. Look who it is. Let's get him on. Come on, Faddy, we need a bit of fucking knowledge on here. It's been a shit show.
Faddy, can I ask you one question, please? Can I please ask you one? I'm getting slaughtered for this. And I never said Van Dijk's better than Cameron Carter-Vickers, right? I says there's an argument that Cameron Carter-Vickers has done better at
changed
Celtic than Van Dijk done at Celtic. True or false?
I can tell by his reaction he's disagreeing.
this
here.
is good.
He's
So-
just trying to be nice to you now. Oh,
Just the general
impact.
impact on the team since when Van Dijk was it? Because I said Rangers won in the league the 3 years that Van Dijk was there.
Van Dijk was the wee guy you used to build in FIFA. Highest guy, biggest strength, shooting.
Good,
Sam-
good.
Sam-
Put him in his place.
So my question's shite.
So you can read his quote tomorrow in the Sun.
That'll be the headline.
They'll enjoy it. Can you come on and explain the offside rule to him,
know,
please, Faddy? Faddy, can you come on and explain the offside rule to him?
Faddy, you coming on?
Just come on, man.
Hurry up, fuck. Aye, but it's Doug
Does
shite.
it matter?
He's been out and out Doug shite. We're talking about threesomes with my dad.
We definitely do need them, so we're going to Inverness v Falkirk.
Aye,
Crack
man.
crowd.
You were at the game. You was at the game.
You at the game. Right, go for it.
Kid.
Is this going to be the first ever sub on open goal?
You
History?
off?
Me out of Faddy on. Well, we put by the way, will we threaten it?
We wouldn't do that to his reputation, mate. We couldn't do it as a sub for you.
No, sorry, listen, why don't we dangle it, right? We'll dangle that carrot. If somebody
Just do it then.
I'll bring it out when it happens. When you see somebody going down that line where you know they've not got a clue where they're going here, we start to get the board up and they come on.
The board's up, mate. Oh, he's put it up.
Right, we'll threaten it, side, right?
Right,
The
we just
carrot
know
get
that Faddy's
dangled.
there.
How is he? Be Olive beef Olive?
Terrible, mate.
Is he?
Unused,
Is he?
unused, unloved.
Unused a few
Uh-huh.
years now, innit?
Very bad.
button
Dude,
mushroom.
Fucking
The wee
rubbish
button
recently.
mushroom.
I'm going to be honest with you, right? And I hate saying this on the show, but I didn't see the Inverness Falkirk game.
Oh,
I
wow.
only
He was
seen
watching
the
an English
highlights.
game. He was watching an English game.
I'll
wasn't
give
he?
you that.
Disgusting.
Did you see it, Si?
Yes.
Liar.
Where did you watch that in Blackpool?
Blackpool, mate.
Want to tell him,
It was a Falkirk supporters club, didn't
Up
there?
the top of the tower.
Managed to get in with them, mate. A great
I
game.
watched it.
Devastated for
Pay-per-view.
Falkirk.
Pay-per-view.
I did watch the highlights though.
Right, come on,
BBC.
engage with London. Falkirk had a lot of good chances first half.
Cam Morrison, there you go. Bim.
Good player, mate.
What
Oh,
about
he
the
missed
penalty
the
decision?
sitter.
Oh, did he?
How
He
was
is
he?
a good player, aye, you're
Did
right.
you not see that?
Seen it.
What happened?
Somebody walked in front of the telly just as that was happening, mate. Didn't get a good sight of it.
What about the penalty? What do you think? The laws of the game was a penalty, but I don't. That close the.
We've seen well worse than that.
That's
know.
it's a pen.
That's
It is a
probably
pen.
a
The
pen.
laws of the game,
The
but-
horns out.
At that being that close, I don't know where he's supposed to put his hands.
I just got me thinking, I know it's an amazing occasion with these clubs to get to the semi-final Scottish Cup. It is incredible, you dream it as a player, but and I don't know where you stand with this, but watching that game, it did seem really bare, the stands.
it
And I
was-
don't
it
want to
was
see
the
that because
worst
going to
advert.
Hampden's...
It was the worst advert for Scottish football, I think,
Do
in
you
a long
think,
time.
do you think
Yep.
it's as bad as that?
Because see if you'd have put them, what was it, 4,000 Inverness fans and 9,000 Falkirk fans, was that right?
What's
to
that?
begin
How
up.
many then?
13,000. So you stick that 13,000 into Tynecastle, you probably sell out the rest, and it'll be a far better atmosphere on top of them. And as a spectacle on live and TV with BBC, it would have been a far better. But what ends up happening is you can shout, you can hear fucking the guy in the crowd shouting, "I'll pick your ma will pick you up at 6 o'clock after the game." Do you know what I mean?
Get the board
Who's he
up.
shouting that to?
Get the board up.
No, somebody was shouting, "Your ma will get you at 6 o'clock at the stadium."
I
think
think,
John
Right, it was.
I think it's a difficult one, that debate.
Listen, I get the whole experience of going
the
to
two
Hampden.
teams,
Of going to Hampden because that's as a footballer, Scottish footballer, particularly growing up, the idea of getting to a semi-final, you play it obviously at Hampden.
100%.
That they do in England where they play neutral venue. Is it England?
But if you gave me the offer as a player, I'd
Aye.
take the packed stadium.
Aye, Tynecastle
Would
or
you say
something.
aye?
I definitely would.
Aye, because it's the
My
atmosphere you
thing's
remember.
more. My thing's more about the League Cup semi-final when both games were a day after each other and the pitch was horrendous. Now that's no an excuse because it should never be in that situation when the pitch is that bad. But I think when you look at the pitch on the Sunday, you think, why no? Why is the pitch like that? And then that comes into the argument: can you have one semi at
Saturday,
Celtic, one at Ibrox, or one at Tynecastle, one at Easter Road, whatever it may be? So that I think it looks shit when it's like that. But I
just
can
don't think
That
it's.
track's cracking, so when it comes in for great use, that track round the pitch.
Oh,
Great idea.
Why do you keep wanting his shoes?
They're terrible. They're really bad.
No, but on the game itself, Inverness, I said it in the Coop Machine, I was bang on. The form they were in, it was going to be very hard for them to get beat.
They got knocked out in the last 16.
So they
Aye,
did
with
face
Queen's
Queen's
Park,
Park.
aye.
They're in the final.
An eligible player.
By the way, what job he's done? What, the third in the league now?
So, I mean,
In the playoffs.
He's been fucking hopeless.
but see if
Yeah,
they,
but he's done a great job, Billy Dodds, eh?
no, it has side, but do you know what I worry about Inverness? See if they don't win it, if they don't make the playoffs, they can go a month without playing a game before the final.
I know that's
Experienced
strange,
that.
Have you, Andy?
For the Scottish Cup final against Hibs, aye.
Well, I'm really interested. How
Did
do
well
you
in
go
that game
about,
as well?
Who? Us?
Yeah.
how did you go about your business then? in the build up to that cup without a game?
Tried to get
Headstands
friendlies.
and Murray, wasn't it?
Aye.
4 weeks.
Yoga.
30 minutes.
Gymnastics for 3 weeks.
Try last for
No,
90.
it was just trying to get friendlies involved, but you couldn't really get friendlies because teams are either in season playing games or they're
Or they're
done.
finished.
How
we got
strange
one-
is that? Friendlies at that time of the
I
season.
know, mate, we got one. Tottenham 21s went down, got pumped.
That's good.
Not what
build
you
up,
want
innit, the
before
final.
the
Honestly,
final, is
oh my God. It's like 18, 19-year-old boys, just unbelievable.
Who organised that? Ross Wilson?
No, it was Matt Warburton at the time, but he was dead tight with Sunday Tottenham. I don't really know who it was. So I've said it before, it wasn't an excuse because it can never be an excuse, but did feel flat at the start of the game. Obviously, Hibs come out firing, score early. So it's not ideal, but
how close to the game did he name the team?
who? Warburton?
So you had that 4 weeks. Did he name it on like the start of the
Oh,
week
right,
you were
no,
playing?
no, it was just usual day before the game.
Oh, was it right?
Aye. But
So
do you
you
reckon
had
named
that?
it 3 weeks before the
but
game?
I'm saying 3.5 weeks. I know knowing whether you're going to play in that game or not.
No, I was just obviously playing friendlies. And that's the thing as well, like see even
You didn't want
playing
to get
friendlies,
injured.
when did you get injured for the Scottish Cup final playing against Tottenham 21s?
I mean,
But it's hard to- it's
I'll
hard.
say Inverness.
But listen, with all due respect to Inverness, it's not going to alter what the result's going to be in the game anyway. Whether
No,
they played 20
no.
games before it.
But even if Inverness beat Ayr on the Friday night, if they beat them, that's then they're guaranteed playoffs. Is that then the week after? And is it the 2 games in the week and then the final the week after? So is it? And then would they
Hibs did the
still?
same that year. Hibs
Would
went-
they still have to wait like a couple of weeks before the final anyway?
No,
So Hibs were in the playoffs?
No.
Because Hibs did the same for the Scottish Cup final. They went
It's great we know all this
playoffs,
information. innit?
semi-playoffs. They played, I think it was Falkirk
should
maybe
have
in the
looked at
That
that
was
playoff final.
Falkirk, yeah,
aye.
you're right.
So like, I don't think they
Inverness,
have like a 2 week
Inverness
break.
beat Ayr. The form
Mate.
that Inverness has been on, I think Inverness beat Ayr.
Yeah.
I mean, you need to see if they don't have a game, you would need to batter them in training.
I had to keep their fitness up.
Right.
There's no games at the weekend,
That doesn't sit well with me, that.
Nah.
For Inverness.
But like Kev saying, I think they will get in the playoffs as
Aye.
well. So they'll have their games in the build-up. But you just can't see them
No.
doing anything, can you?
Can there be an upset?
Nah. Mate, they can't be.
No.
As harsh as it sounds, they just can't be.
No. In days gone by, I know Inverness had an upset. Was it the semi-final years ago with a handball goal? Would that be right? And then obviously Inverness that night, John
Yogi,
Barnes
wasn't it?
was the manager. They beat Celtic, a big surprise. But this time round, I don't see an Inverness beating an Ange Postecoglou team in a final for it. Because by the time that game comes, that's your game for a treble.
So even an Inverness player, can you even look forward to it? Or is there a wee
Oh,
bit
of course
this
you can.
could get-
It's-
This could be... I know
It's
that's
still,
how
it's
it's
still
going.
unbelievable they got there.
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
Inverness no take something like 20,000 to the last cup final they got to? Is that just a random number?
You're throwing
I've
some
got?
bombs
You
out.
like to fucking throw a bomb,
I
don't
need
you?
you to
don't
answer
know
it yourself.
you're
Yeah, the
asking
rest
us.
of
Don't
this.
fuck us under the bus, will you?
They did. I think they brought 20,000. I did my research before I come on. So why are they only taking 4 on Saturday there?
But see,
No,
you're saying
totally.
there can't be an upset. Is there a massive difference in the sort of bottom 6 of the SPFL compared to
Listen, Sting,
Inverness?
I'm going to say this right politely.
It's a great question,
I'm
that.
going to say this politely. They
I
talk
think
about the
that's-
Championship being a great league, and it is a great league in terms of what's on offer at the end of the week this on Friday night. But in terms of the standard, it's not been in what it's been in years gone by. I don't think it's. I think that whoever finished second bottom of the Prem will quite comfortably stay in the Prem.
But see,
would
so
agree.
see, like Inverness, is there a big difference between sort of teams like Ross County, Kilmarnock?
aye.
Is there a big difference between them?
I wouldn't say there's a massive difference.
They say there's a massive difference, but I think that in any given game, like a semi-final, a cup final, a playoff final, whatever, a playoff semi-final, it's 1-off, 2-off games, home, whatever it is. You know that these things, results, shocks can happen, but with what's at stake, I sometimes don't think that.
Well, Kelly needed a late goal. It was it
To
beat Inverness in the playoff last
no,
year.
Inverness beat them as well in the cup this year,
Well,
didn't they?
Inverness
go.
beat
Yeah.
Inverness beat Livy 3-0.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
There
so
can be an
they-
upset.
But
when
no,
you
there
think it.
can't though, because see if it was Kelly Celtic, I'd still be saying
The same.
Celtic are going to win.
Yeah.
So it's nothing to do with Inverness. It's just
So how does
Celtic
then?
are that
I
strong
mean,
now.
if you're dodgy, how
He
does
needs to
he?
play himself, didn't he? 100% needs to play. I played against Billy Dodds, mate. He played sweeper for Dundee United.
how old are you? How have you played
I know.
against Billy
Was he
In
Dodds?
the
not be?
reserves,
Was he
mate.
not be striker?
But he played sweeper.
Was he good?
Sean Maloney was up front for us, and Billy Dodds was sweeper for
That's
Dundee
going to be a
United.
game of 5. Sean
No,
Maloney
that's
up front,
not me.
Dodge
I
sweeper.
swear, and Billy Dodds was brilliant, mate.
Was he?
Brilliant.
That's weird because he was a top striker, Dodgy.
Swear to me, I was only about 16 or something. At Celtic Park.
Do you remember him and Rod
No,
Wallace?
we
used to
know
play
he's
with
lying
each
'cause he's
other?
not played for Celtic, so it's a lie.
Do you
Yeah,
remember
I'm a
that
record
too?
appearance holder for the reserves. What are you talking about?
Dodgy and Rod Wallace used to play. Up top, that was a good 2, wasn't it?
They were good, mate.
They were good.
Dodgy had a good scoring record.
You
for
done
Rangers.
really well at MK Dons, mate. Really proud of how you've done that. I meant to ask you, how did you even survive, like, living away from your man, that?
Used to fuck my plates in the black bags. Didn't
What,
wash
bin
them in the
bags?
dishes, fucked in the
Your
black
dad's
bag.
bag?
No, the dishes in it was a struggle.
So did you live yourself, just you?
Live myself, well,
In a flat?
it wasn't myself many nights, that's for sure.
Well, you homesick, Paul? You
No,
homesick?
here, do you know what I thought was a fucking...
How did you
crying
wash your
return to
clothes?
Scottish- Your return to Dundee was fucking brilliant. You let the Scottish keep up,
Done really
boy.
well, mate.
You were
Done really
fucking
well up there.
outstanding.
Top City, top 6 for you, man.
How many games did you play a part of that?
25 or something?
Did you? Oh, I thought you were a complete bum there.
No, I was a complete bum, but I had only 25 games. Did you wash your own clothes? I couldn't even imagine you. Could you wash clothes?
Aye.
What do you do?
Put the wee gel, fuck it in the, with,
Your wet look gel?
and no, the wee,
Brown cream right in it. Jeans and that.
put the wee gel in with the clays, and then sometimes if I'm feeling that my clays have been a bit fusty, what I'll do is, see the powder? Fuck that, the tap of the washing machine and all, and right in it goes. But I've only been doing 13-minute washes recently. Put them in for 13 minutes.
What temperature?
I
No,
could
it's
just
not-
imagine
No, I wash, it's not
every
a
day has
dryer.
not that washing machine.
Dog in his sight, man.
I must do at
You need to
least
stop
4.
putting your face on where the clothes though.
I do about 4 washes a day.
Right, come on, what?
So, by
I've
the
got a live show tonight.
So we've got the live show tonight, and see, last night I've been petrified for a while about the live shows. You know,
Why you're great on them, mate?
fuck's that, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't he? He's a break. Zai, right? So you know what? I'm really bad. The live shows is my thing, but these ones when it's more debated and intelligible, you need to do well with them,
Intelligible.
right? Hey, so last night I was up and I'd done a debate with myself. I went, right, Aberdeen, I'm going to say this manager's up for the job, this manager's up for the job, and then I wake up this morning, Barry Robson's scored it. And
Who were you going to say was getting it?
Carl Robinson,
For
The guy you had at MK Dons?
MK Dons. His name get mentioned, mate.
Oxford are honking last year. This year
I know, but I seen his name get mentioned. But what I was going to do was deal that. I've woke up today and
Barry's
Barry
got it.
Robson's got the job, and rightly so. But my God, he's a bit of time. Do you think we should just kid on that's not happening tonight?
No, that's fine. What about your wee mate Billy Reid? I thought he would
That's
think
a
I wonder if
brilliant
he'll
shout.
be in with a wee shout a job back up here.
I spoke to him on, when did I speak to him? Wednesday?
Saturday, I think it was.
No, Wednesday.
You put in the chat Saturday.
Wait, you spoke to
him about
Billy
football.
Reid?
I was talking to Billy Reid, aye.
Right, talk to us about how did the Chelsea go with him?
What was it you were saying about Canty, you said? To order
He
what
says he couldn't talk too much about Chelsea because he's still on the wage bill. He says he's sorting out a severance pay, and I was like, there'd be a few fucking zeros on that wee man. So,
Did you wee man him off, did you?
he's only a wee guy, so there's no point in calling him a big man, is there? So,
Does he want to get back in?
it was quite, I think that he, should I say it or should I not say it?
Just say it.
They were offered a job, but they felt it wasn't the right opportunity. So he's going to wait, and but it was interesting because I asked him obviously about Chelsea, and
Did you enjoy it?
loved it. What an experience. He says that but it's difficult. You think of like 28 boys, 15 boys.
That was a shame.
all
So many
Did you see
international
Thiago
players.
Silva saying that they've got 2 changing rooms now?
That's what he was saying. That's what he's saying. He says that one of the what was it? I don't know if really should be saying
28
this 'cause
players,
it'll
not
get me in
one
trouble.
centre forward. Mental,
It'll get
man.
cut. It'll get cut. I think it's
No,
gets
it's
you in
all right.
trouble.
We'll talk about it after.
Right,
Go on,
this championship talk, cannot wait for Friday night. Queen's Park v Dundee.
Dundee's fucked it. Up to this point, they should have had it done and dusted.
No, you'd think it'll
And
hope
now
the
they've
Cove mate
opened
to
the
win the
door for
league.
Queen's Park. Can Queen's Park go to? Is it?
I think they're going to take Queen's
Is
Park.
that staying in it?
You've
Steny.
had some bad predictions on this show,
Have I?
but
What, like?
I'll give you your due. You said Queen's Park a long time ago.
Hey.
No, he never. I said that.
No,
no,
you
you
did.
never.
To be fair, I remember it.
I've got to remember the.
I think
To start the season.
I think you did say it as well, but your
I don't-
predictions are usually no bad. Yours, because I said Partick Thistle, which is
I did say last year that if Queen's Park and other teams spent a few quid, they'd have a chance of getting into the Premier League.
I'm
go.
flinging it out there. I don't usually say stuff like this, but I hope Queen's Park come up. Aye.
Based on what?
Just I would like to play. Was it going to be Hampden next year?
Yeah, it looks like
I'd
going
like
to
to
be
play Hampden. Played against Dundee millions of times. Pitch is always rank rotten.
Then Jank.
Always terrible. Every time I played there, the pitch is terrible.
Slope as well, mate. I always used to get brought in the second half and we were shooting up the fucking slope.
Aye.
What could Queen's Park bring to the Premier League?
Go on, me man on it, but
And that's what I mean. When was the last time Queen's Park were in the Premier League?
how many fans of
So
Queen's
I'd like
Park
to
been
see
getting
them
their
there.
games?
Will
Dundee are a
Queen's-
massive club, mate, isn't they?
Aye, all right. If it Dundee.
I think I've got a right feeling that Queen's Park are going to do it.
Do you?
I do.
Based on what? Who'd you like for
Tom
them?
Thomas is brilliant.
Anyone else?
Um,
Ewan Henderson, you like him?
Owen Coyle's boy.
He's a great young coach as well, the way he gets the team playing. I like that sort of old coach who's been in the game long.
So what other players you like, sorry?
It could be Hero Desai.
What about the striker with Ginger Hair? What's his
No,
name?
he's away. Don't try that, Simon Murray, he's away. But it'll be a cracking. I'm actually might go to that, mate. It should be a I love
Celtic,
games.
Yeah,
mate,
no,
you can't-
yeah,
the
mate,
tickets are
Celtic.
gold dust, mate. Dundee fans were queuing for 12 hours yesterday.
No way.
Yeah, because Stenny's a small ground, isn't it?
What's that take?
I've had a few shockers at Stenny, by the way. It's one of the grounds where I usually have a fucking shocker.
Aye.
Bad ground for me.
My
Stenny and
Rangers career
Elgin.
ended there.
See Queen's Park, they get up. Well, do you think that a lot of that playing squad now could be be let go, but do you think they will bring a lot of players in?
Mate, he's done an unbelievable job. The fact that he lost Simon Murray in was it January? He lost him
I
as
did
well.
worry for him, Si, when he
Captain,
I
top
did
scorer.
100%. I did worry for him, but I just wondered if a
Do
lot
you know,
of that
do
squad
you know what
will
else
go.
he's done? Bought a lot of young players, mate. He bought the boy Aaron Healy for
Arthur.
You were talking
Atherley,
about, aye.
Grant Savoury for us at Peterhead.
And obviously
He's
behind
not
the
went out and
scenes,
just bought
He's done
players
well,
for big
hasn't he?
money. Done really well, mate.
behind the
Done a
scenes
great
at Queen's
job.
Park, they're trying to do everything right with they brought in the Dutch boys to revamp the youth system.
It's a great
They've
setup.
got your
they've got.
woman was it Leanne Dempster?
Yep.
She's the director or whatever it is. So they seem to be trying to do things right off the park. They've got a good facility in the training ground there up at
Lesser
Park.
Hampden they're going
Aye.
back to though next year as well.
No, I
aren't
think they're going
No, they're
to
Gloucester.
are they?
rumours are going to go to Hampden.
Great for Collie. What a man, he's done. What a
What?
career he's had.
I'm not asking you because you're biased. Who do you want to see go up?
Queen's Park just be meeting on Coyle.
It
What
was great, wasn't
a
it?
brilliant guy. Aye. Had a
Oh, in
lot-
fact, aye. So who do you want to go up?
I went Dundee to go up because I know a lot. I had a lot of the young boys in loan at us at Peterhead. Lyle Cameron, Fraser.
I think
Who's
I'd
the
like
other
to
one,
see Queen's
Si?
Lyle
Park.
Cameron flying, mate.
Brilliant.
Right, good
I
player.
like Queen's Park. I think they've got good backing that they could maybe
Be ambitious and
be ambitious. I think they could. I think they're ambitious in terms of how they want to try and. I think their youth set up. They're looking to try and that old thing of 10, 20 years time have a team for a local homegrown talent. So
I do think Dundee though.
just what with their experience that they've got.
Aye.
Dundee's wobbled,
I
but
would
so
like to see
also
Queen's
Queen's Park has wobbled.
Who do you think's got the best? Who do you think's got the best sort of starting 11 out of the two of them? The strongest.
Dundee, I think Dundee have got a
Dundee,
stronger
yeah, he is,
players
aye.
squad as well. Yeah.
Be
But no,
interesting.
the Spiders might do it.
Be really interesting.
No, I'm going to go. I'm going to change. I want Queen's Park to go.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, you're
Yeah,
you're
you-
a United
you-
fan.
you- lose a few friends
You'll
there.
not be allowed back in
No,
Dundee.
Dundee fans hate me.
What,
already,
well,
mate.
you're a
What's the
Dundee
point?
or
I may as well
United?
add to it.
In Dundee, what did you like, mate? No bother.
Used to go to both, mate.
Mm.
Oh well.
Sums you up, doesn't it? Yeah, what about the Hydro legend, Souness?
He was good at the hydro, wasn't he? Good laugh. I'm serious. He was. What are you laughing at? Cummins will be buzzing that he's retired, isn't he?
Oh.
Cummins will be buzzing that he's retired.
I you still looking for him, aren't you?
Still looking for
I'm still
him.
looking for Souness now.
So is that
Where
him?
would you rate him in terms of pundits over the last 15 years?
I like him.
I see.
I like him as well, to be fair.
I liked him on Sky, but then I liked him when he moved to Talk Sport as well because you've seen a different side to him. He was
Him
able
and
to say-
Jordan were good together.
Him and
weren't they?
Simon
very
Jordan
good.
were
Him and
brilliant.
Simon Jordan were different class, but listen, that guy's done everything. You know, I liked when he was talking yesterday in his kind of farewell speech saying that management wasn't for him. I didn't hear the
Right temperament.
right temperament. I thought
Nah.
that was quite honest. I like that. He's definitely had the teeth done. The hair's amazing. Great tan. How fit is he, man? Maybe we saw him that night at the Hydro, obviously,
Yeah.
when we were allowed to see him
Ripped,
for a
wasn't
couple of minutes.
What
Carragher
about when he
said,
took his tap off,
Strange he
swinging
was
it
wanting to
above
be
his
naked,
head?
wasn't it? I don't know why he was doing that, but
He was in some nick.
you're not going to say anything about, you're not going to pay tribute to him now. Just going to sit there and not say anything.
no, but I would.
Are you sadder to see Souness go for Sky or Jeff Stelling?
No, that Soccer Saturday's fucking plummeted for years now, innit? Oh, fuck me, man.
I know.
That's
I
amazing.
turned it on, man, and see Clinton Morrison. I played with Clinton Morrison. Fucking hell. He'd give your ears a fucking bad time.
I hope Jeff gets the boys back, though. I hope Jeff gets the boys back, though, the original ones, and gets
Just does
something
it
going.
in his living room.
I did it too.
That'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
Mark
Just
McGee.
some guy with a camcorder doing it.
Get Mark McGee.
Mark
in.
McGee filming it.
Who would you like to see? Who would you like to see Sky replace Souness with?
There's some shouts for McCoy, isn't there? I don't know if he's a presenter, McCoy, or he'd be better on the actual panel, mate.
Aye.
I don't think that's McCoy's thing, mate.
Nah,
can-
like
I
reading
don't
off an
think
auto
McCoy's
cue,
brilliant at what he
Yeah,
does.
Stephen
Boyd's
Thompson's a
got a
crack most on
chance.
sports scene, you should get him. Tomo,
Tomo, aye.
Or Sunderland.
Tom Boyd.
or a wee Sunderland there.
Could you couldn't really get Alan McCoy's, could you though, if he's not really, like, because surely it's people that have played in the Prem for 5-10 years.
No, but Jeff never played, did he?
Mate, I
I
don't
bet he's
think...
not a pundit.
Ah, but
No,
Tom
he
Boyd's
should be
for
hosting it.
Jeff.
Hosting it.
What, Graham
saying.
Souness isn't he hosting it?
No, he's talking
No,
about
but
Jeff
Jeff Stelling's
Stelling.
leaving as well, but
I
he's
know, but I'm
thinking-
saying that if you're
Oh,
replacing
McCoy's would,
with a
aye,
pundit,
sorry. McCoy's would be brilliant at Jeff's job.
Jinx, so?
Amazing at that.
Do you,
But
huh?
for as soon as I think Simon Jordan should get it.
What, on Sky?
Aye. I know he's
How
never
can you
played.
put Simon Jordan on as a
On a
pundit
Premier
on
League
Sky
football
Sports?
game and tell me to analyse it.
No, but he is brilliant, mate. And
No,
again,
he's great in terms of talking about business and stuff like that, but can you analyse a game, huh? No, he can't analyse a game.
No, that's fucking maybe just a missed the boat with that one.
Ex-Celtic kid says Simon
No, how
Jordan
they should
ain't
get on the Danny Rose, he's good.
Did you see what he was wearing?
Aye, what was
That's
he
like
wearing?
Cheryl Cole, mate. Don't know what he was wearing with his
He's
bonnet.
fucking hopeless.
I tell you, it was pretty poor and I didn't enjoy it. McCoist and Sutton and the Scottish overlap. Didn't like it.
What was it, a bit of...
Didn't go into each other enough, and it was a wee bit back in the day they were talking. Didn't like it. That's my opinion.
I've not seen it.
Wish somebody would go with me there with that. Fuck.
I've
never
not seen it, mate,
mate.
or I would
Not
have
seen
given
it
my
yet.
honest opinion.
Right, okay. Well, if he's watching it, give me an honest
Aye,
opinion on it.
aye.
Who's the best pundit in Sky? Gary Neville.
Carragher. Hands down. Gary Neville's brilliant as well, to be fair, but I think Carragher's a better pundit. Neville's brilliant about
Everything.
anything. Aye, can talk about anything, politics and whatnot.
Aye,
But
I like
Carragher's
Carragher,
brilliant,
aye.
I think, in football.
Joe Cole.
He's no bad.
Joe Cole's good,
I
mate.
like Joe.
Analysing games. I like listening to Joe Cole
Martin
talk about
Keown's
games.
brilliant, isn't he?
Keown, mate. Oh.
Dun,
Did you
dun,
see him
Big
call
dun, dun,
Arteta
dun.
boss? And Simon Jordan pulled him up for it.
Big Dunder. I remember the Leeds puller. They were warming up and
Big Dunder. He
remember the Leeds puller.
and smacked him with the ball in the head.
Warm, it was like right. If he's not glad who done that, shut up, Martin. By the way,
We're done.
Oh, Martin.
no, we're no. We finished. We'll
We
get the
are
live show. We
done.
better go and get changed.
Aye.
What are you wearing tonight for this?
Exactly that. Yeah, that's all right.
I think you're looking well, mate.
Right.
Boys,
like
yeah,
that.
she's cut anyway.
Well done.
Well done,
Well
lads.
done,
He's a cracking there.